أهلا وسهلا. In this video, I'm going to talk about using demonstrative pronouns, اسم الإشارة, with iDaafa structures and how they work together. I'm going to assume that you have a working understanding of both اسم الإشارة and definite iDaafa and how they work. If you would like a review, we do have separate videos on both of those subjects that you can refer back to. So as you know, in a definite iDaafa, the first noun is definite by definition because it's part of the iDaafa structure, but it's never going to take a definite marker like al. Never ever. And for kind of the same reason, it also can't be preceded by any demonstrative pronouns like هذا or هذه or هؤلاء, this, that, those. What we need to do instead is put them after the entire iDaafa at the end of the phrase. So here I have a couple of simple iDaafat that we can use. غرفة النوم, the bedroom, literally the room of sleep. قضية المال, the issue of money, this abstract issue of money. طلاب صفنا, the students of our class, or our class's students. And جامعتنا. We're going to talk about that last one a little more in a bit. So if we want to say this bedroom, we might be tempted to put هذه at the beginning of this phrase, but what we need to do in order to conform to the rules of Arabic is to put it instead at the end because it can't come before the iDaafa. So we need instead to say غرفة النوم هذه, or this issue of money. Here again, قضية is feminine with a ta marbuta, so is غرفة, and since they're the nouns that we're referring to, we would need to use هذه again. قضية المال هذه, this issue of money, or these students of our class. طلاب صفنا, طلاب is a human plural, so we would need to use the human plural version. هؤلاء, طلاب صفنا هؤلاء, these students of our class. And جامعتنا is interesting. You might be looking at it and thinking, well, if we have an iDaafa, then we must have multiple nouns. But technically, according to Arab grammarians of old, this na, the possessive pronoun at the end, is serving as a noun. So you've been using iDaafat all this time. Every time you attach a possessive pronoun to a noun, technically we're saying something like the university of us, meaning of course our university. But because technically it is an iDaafa, we still can't put the demonstrative pronoun first. We have to put it at the end to say this university of ours. جامعتنا هذه. Note that all of these are phrases. They're not really sentences. We don't have a complete idea. If we did put the demonstrative pronouns before these phrases, then we would have something that's approaching a nominative sentence. So all these are iDaafa phrases, not really sentences. But if we put the demonstrative pronoun here and said هذه هي غرفة النوم, this is the bedroom. In formal Arabic, we would need to have kind of a dummy pronoun connecting these two. In spoken Arabic, we could get away with saying دي غرفة النوم or هذه غرفة النوم and just rely on intonation. So remember that if you're writing something down. Or this is an issue of money, we could say هذه هي قضية المال, or these are the students of our class. We could say هؤلاء هم طلاب صفنا, or هذه هي جامعة الناس. So there, in green here, we would have complete sentences. When you're approaching a text and you see a demonstrative like this that comes after a string of nouns, it's likely to refer to an idafa that precedes it, but if you're reading a text and you see a structure like this with a demonstrative pronoun followed by a separate subject pronoun, it's likely to be the mubtada of a jumla ismiya, right? The subject that is then going to have a predicate.